My name is Nico. I go by COINTrick and COINTricktwitch online. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll be notified every time that I upload another one of these videos. I've been doing this series showing you all how to start a bar or start a collection by mastering simple classic cocktails. We've already covered old fashions, Manhattans, and daiquiris. But this is going to be a little different. This is a cocktail most people gloss over because it is relatively simple. But it is also one of the most requested cocktails and one of the most popular styles of cocktails that exists. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make a vodka soda, which is also technically a vodka highball. So I'm going to break this down into 3 videos. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the classic recipe and how to dial it in. In the second video, I'm going to show you what other kinds of cocktails are very similar to the original vodka soda and how to begin approaching those from there. There's going to be a lot. And then in the last video, the third video, I'm going to show you all how to make your own signature cocktail after you've mastered this and branched out a little bit, and how to really make your own version of this, put your own spin on it. Quick note, a highball is an existing recipe, and if you just talk about a highball as one recipe, most people will probably assume that you're talking about the whiskey highball. Highball is also a kind of glass. It's a tall glass, some people call them Collins glasses, but to bartenders, the highball is a whole school of drinks. We'll use the word highball to describe anything that is built in the glass, contains mainly just liquor and mixer, and has some kind of topper most often. Lots of cocktails fall into this category. We're gonna start with the vodka soda because it's going to be the easiest one to dial in and adjust and master before moving on to all of the other cocktails. Also, fun fact, vodka soda is actually my 3rd most made cocktail in my entire career. Only beat by old fashions at number 1 and espresso martinis at number 2. So what all do you need to make a vodka soda? You need a glass, you need ice, you need vodka, soda, lemon or lime per your preference is going to be your garnish, and something to measure your ingredients in. So with that out of the way, how do you make a vodka soda? I mentioned already, one of the key things with this is that it's most always going to be built in a glass. So open up all of your stuff, make sure you have everything ready. You're going to measure out 2 ounces of your vodka. Pour it in the glass, top it with club soda. As for your garnish, you can cut a wedge or you can do a lemon peel depending on how much of that flavor you want to get in there. If you're doing this at home, I don't suggest you use a broken knife. Cool. And that is your first vodka soda. Cheers. Let's see how it tastes. This might sound dumb, but this is a very good vodka soda. One thing you can do, by the way, you can squeeze the citrus in here if you like, if you want to get a little bit more flavor out of there. Stir it around with a little straw. It's a little bit more flavor, a little bit more zip when you do it that way. Now, how do you dial in this cocktail after you've made it the first time? Because even though this is good, it's not perfect. And it's never going to be perfect the first time you make it, so don't beat yourself up. I'm going to show you how to tell what is not perfect about your cocktail and what to do about it, how to easily fix it with what you already have in front of you. Normally here, I would mention how important it is to get the dilution of your cocktail correct, but because this cocktail isn't stirred or shaken and there's no transference, like you're not moving the cocktail from your shaker or your stirring glass into here, so you're not losing or adding water content doing that, and most, if not all of your dilution is going to come from your soda, that's probably not going to be something you need to focus on too much because it's going to be pretty easy to adjust the amount of club soda that you have. So, first thing that goes wrong with a vodka soda is that it is too strong. This means that there's too much liquor or the drink has too much heat. That's what some guests will use to refer to the alcohol content in your drink. It's tricky because vodka isn't meant to have any discernible taste, but if you drink it and you get a little bit of that sort of petrol scent that hangs onto your palate for a minute, you may be using poorer quality vodka as well. So what do you do about it? Right, there are a few elegant solutions to this. First, if you have a Brita filter laying around, you can just pass your vodka through that, and that'll remove some more of the impurities, and in theory, it should make it cleaner, smoother. The second thing you can do is use less vodka, which is not really something I would ever recommend doing. It's not gonna make a huge difference in this drink specifically, because like I said, your vodka shouldn't have very much flavor. This is really about having a crisp and refreshing texture to it. So the last thing you can do, it's something that I've already done in this cocktail, is to express that garnish to add some other flavors in here, and that acidity will help sort of cut the pungent or like the hot, heated nature of the alcohol. The second thing that could go wrong, and really the only other thing that could go wrong with such a simple drink, is that it's too watery, meaning it doesn't have any body and there isn't any flavor or anything that lingers on your palate. For some people, this is preferable, which is fine if that's how you like it and you just want it to be like water, in and out and gone in like a half a second. Totally fine, you don't need to make an adjustment. This is caused by the fact that this has no sugar. It has no sweetener in it, so it doesn't have anything to actually bind to your palate to give you any kinds of flavor. The only sugar that's in here is actually the sugar provided by the alcohol itself. So the solution for this is actually relatively simple, and I need you to stick with me for this because it's not going to make sense at first. Add more ice. This sounds counterintuitive because ice is water, and so you would think adding ice is just going to add more water. But no, what actually happens, so in the case of this drink, you notice how down here there is no ice, and this is just club soda and melted ice? If I topped this with ice now, or if I started with more ice originally, there would be less room for club soda, which essentially is just added water. So, start with as much ice as possible, fill it up. If it's too watery already and you don't want to remake the drink, the only other thing that I would recommend that you do is just add more vodka, which is probably what I'm going to do to this one. Cheers. It's a simple cocktail, but it's a shame that it gets overlooked. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys what other simple classic cocktails you can make once you've mastered this, that are 1 or 2 ingredients away, or use the exact same build with completely different ingredients. So I'm going to show you how to make things like gin and tonic, rum and coke, whiskey ginger, as well as a few other things that have additional ingredients too. All classic cocktails, so whatever suits your fancy. Thanks for sticking around, and thank you all for all of your help and support. Hopefully I've been helpful and supportive as well, since that's the whole point of this. If you learned something, or if you learned anything during this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and comment with the drinks you want to learn how to make at home, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.